This is the PL-89, the Montreal Quantum Thought Calendar or Quantum Gematria Thought Calendar for Thursday, November 13th, 2025, and it is Yom Chamishi, 5th day of the week, the 22nd day of Cheshvan, or Mar Cheshvan, 5786. Parsha of the week is Chayesara, and Daf Yomi is Sevachim 60. The PL-89 Gematria Quantum Thought Calendar is a table that is 8 by 10 of visible squares, meaning there are 8 columns and 10 rows, so 80 visible boxes and a 10 or possibly 11 additional boxes that are invisible, known as the 10-day twilight period. This 90-day, 80 and plus 10, 11, 90, 91 days, represents a quarter of a solar year. And it also represents a full year for Mercury. The planet Mercury is said to orbit the Sun in 87.969 something of our Earth days, which means basically every 3 months of Mercury is a year for Mercury. And there's 4 Mercury years, as it were, in a Earth year. And so there's 4 of these countings per year. And if you see it from the Gregorian side, it's both solar and a lunar calendar, so you can see it from the solar side or the lunar side. So from the lunar side, we're in our first counting of the year. Because in the Hebrew New Year, we start the new number, every year goes up a number in the fall with Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, is when it turns from, let's say, 5785, which is what the year was last year, to 5786, which is this year. However, in the Torah, the new year for months starts in the spring, in April time. So, really, right now, we're in the 8th month. We're coming close to the end of the 8th month. In the last week of the 8th month, right now. But a lot over here. So we're in the first counting. So the first quarter, first counting. But there's a rule about this calendar. They're called dispensations. That it doesn't start in the same way that all the years start. The quarters. Meaning, let's just say a Gregorian year, January is the first month. So the first quarter would be January, February, and March. First quarter. And there's 4 of those a year. And then it goes April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, November, December. This calendar doesn't always look like that. There's 3 dispensations, and each dispensation will determine where you put the starting point. So it doesn't have to be January, February, March. It could be February, March, April. Okay? It could be March, April, May. And actually, it's all of them, depending on which, or it's any one of them, depending on which dispensation you're in. But the dispensation we're in right now is dispensation 3, and it's the last one. And it started in the springtime of 2024. Around the Omer time, say right after Passover of 2024, and it made a complete year, and now it's in the second year, and come springtime of 2026, it'll be completed. So I'm looking forward to that. But in that last dispensation, which is a 2-year dispensation, all the months that are what they call fixed start here. So November is a fixed month, and Cheshvan, it's also Scorpio. Those are all the same in this calendar and in general as well. They're not all exactly the same. Like it's not like, but they're all around the same time. which is to say you'll have Cheshvan sometimes in October, but mostly it's November. Sometimes you'll have it in an earlier year, it's mostly in October. I don't know if you have Cheshvan in December ever, but anyway, the point is that today it is November 13th and the box is 30 because we count from here. So November 13th is box 30. The coordinate is E2. E, fifth column, and second row. 30. The connection would be 30 plus 40 equals 70, and 70 equals Henry. And Henry is connected to Thursday. In terms of 22 of Cheshvan, it's box number 27. The coordinate is F3. So 27 plus 40 is 67, which is Michelle. And Michelle has something to do with Thursday and came up recently as well.